I've taught in 5 higher institutions around the world. Nigeria is the only country where people write 3 exams to go to a college. In Nigeria, you write WAEC. If your parents are rich enough, you write NECO. If you are rich enough, you write GCE. Then you write Jamb. Then you write post-UME. I don't know anywhere else in the world where students write 3 external examinations to gain admission to a college or to a university. In the US, you write your SAT. You can write it many times. So it's important for us to go back to the history, and I wish that was where we started from. The conditions that led to the creation of JAMB has changed. And let's be very real with ourselves. Remember, it wasn't the federal government that created JAMB. It was the Committee of Vice Chancellors that made a request for an examination body. And then the federal government decided to set up a committee to recommend a solution on university admission. The committee recommended 2 different bodies, one a matriculation body and one an examination body. Submitted a report to the military government in 1978, and the military government merged the 2 and created Joint Admission and Matriculation Board. If you notice, the word exam does not exist in the name of JAMB. Compare it to WAEC, West Africa Examination Council. Compare it to NECO, National Examination. The word exam does not exist in JAMB because that is not the primary purpose of JAMB. There are 5 rules that JAMB has as mandate, of which writing exam is just one of it. There are 4 other mandates it has. But because we have now decided to focus only on the exam, that's why we're having the problem we're having.
All right, this issue of glitched result that was brought out by JAMB, according to them, has been raising serious doubts both online and offline because of what is going on, or should I say, what might has been going on that is about to be exposed. But relax, let me gist you. Now, when JAMB came out with those results, which clearly shows that most of our young ones do not do well with their JAMB results and all that. In fact, most of them scored below average. 2 seconds, bare, everywhere scattered. So many people made different videos, created different narratives online, that our young ones has abandoned their studies because of TikTok, Facebook, and other social media app and all that. Though I understand where they are coming from, but in as much as social media has its own effect on our young ones, I still understand the amount of effort some of them are putting in their studies to make sure that they come out with good grades and also get admission into higher institutions. Though after getting those admissions, spending those years and those money, time and energy, you come out as a graduate to also get work in this country will become an issue. But that will be a story for another day. When that glitch result showed out, as JAMB has accepted now, people were like, this cannot be my result, because I understand the amount of effort I put in place in writing this exam. And I know what I wrote. With time, they begin to speak up and was telling JAMB to release their main result. But first of all, JAMB said Nehigabao, said that was the result and all that. But they said no, that JAMB should release their real result. Now, when the pressure began to get stronger, JAMB has to come out and say that it was a glitch that made that result like that. Now, the glitch did not happen everywhere. It was all the southeast and Lagos. In the north, no glitch happened. But that will be a story for another day. Now, JAMB has to accept and say that it was a glitch that made the result to appear like that. They even cried. But remember, someone has already cried herself because of this same issue. But after the cry and all that, they say that those students have to go back again and resit on that exam. Just listen very attentively. Now, when they accepted that it was a glitch, and they were saying that students should go back and resit on that exam, but the students say Nehigabao, say lie, since they have accepted that it was a glitch, they should take their glitch and give them their real result. Now, when they begin to put more pressure, an organization, according to this video I'm about to play for you, launched an investigation into the portal to know what actually happened on that day. Now, after their investigation, they discovered that it was not a technical error, that it was a human error that caused what happened. And I was like, what is going on? And according to the person, he said that there is still chance for them to go ahead and release the real result instead of the one that they are telling us that glitch affected. But they were insisting that students should go back and resit on that exam. I was like, wait a minute, what is actually going on? Is it that the people of the southeast and Lagos have gotten a very wonderful scores that if they release it, that of those places that he did not touch will be like, what are they even doing? That others made a very nice grade on this particular result. Or is there anything that I am not understanding here? In fact, wonder shall never end though. And they are also requesting an investigation in what has been happening before this one, because this country, anything is possible. But nevertheless, let me allow you to listen to this video and see what they have to say. But as you are listening to it, make sure you are clicking on that share button and also share your thoughts. Subscribe in case if you have never done so for more updates. And after that, I'll be back. Let's go there.
Firstly, it was actually not a glitch. It was a clear human error, right? Yes. So what we found out is this. In the Jamb system, there are two clusters. There is the card cluster and there is a lab cluster. The lab cluster, they have other sub-clusters. They have the Lagos zone, they have the Imo zone. Imo zone has all the Southeast states. They have the Lagos zone that has the centers in Lagos. And we also have Ogun, FCT, and some of these other states around Kogi, right? So the point is, there's a patch update they are meant to push that they did not push. So a lot of things are wrong in that process. How can you be pushing a patch update 2-3 days before the actual exam? What was the test process? How was even the vendors even selected for a mission critical application like Jamb? On this case, I actually reached out to Jamb and I asked them directly, why are these students' results being held? The reasons they gave me are very correct. And if you reference the UBE Act and all those things, legally correct, and also a law, it is a legal battle in the Lagos courts, very correct, right? But I asked them one question. Since you know this is, why did you collect their money? Why didn't you reject them?
From the admission.
So it's not a question of withholding their result and giving them. So it's stealing. You took my money and you refused to give me value, giving me reasons. So if you know that I'm underage, why did you take my money? So I think either Jamb refunds their money or you release their results. So it's based on the law and restrictions of the law, because of course we're a government organization. There are some restrictions you have. However, we understand that beautiful. Either you release the result or you give them back their money. It's just very simple. You can't hold up their results, frustrate these little children that their brains are not even so strong, and then you are still holding on their money and keep telling them the reasons that to them it doesn't make sense. I mean, I understand it and I've checked it and it makes sense. But however, next time you shouldn't even take their money at all. Don't allow them. If somebody falsifies age to pay to participate, then that is the person's problem.
The biggest responsibility of Jamb is to get people to universities and higher institution. And let me ask you this question. Check the data in the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Jamb hasn't been able to get people into higher institution because that clearinghouse role of Jamb. If you look at it, Jamb is a kind of a stock exchange where there's supposed to be enough transaction that facilitate access to higher institution. Jamb has not been effective in that direction. So I tell people, we all talk about the exam and we'll talk about the exam, but the real role of Jamb, or the role of Jamb that is irreplaceable, is that sorting and getting people to higher institution. I'm going to just say the last thing about this. If you go to Canada as comparison, Ontario, for example, when a student gets to year 12, he writes his school exams. He will have been writing from his year 10. He writes his school exam. That child does not do any other exam to go to university in Canada. There is no WAEC equivalent in Canada that is going to write. There is no Jamb equivalent that is going to write. There is no post-UME equivalent. Now, that is what happens in Canada. Let's go to UK. Think about a girl who attends Queen's College in Sabo in Lagos. If a girl, the closest school to Queen's College is the University of Lagos. If a girl wants to attend a university in UK, what does she need? She will write WAEC in her school and send that WAEC result or WAEC structure to the university in the US, in Canada, in England, and she will be given admission with only a WAEC. if that same girl who attends Queen's College wants to go to Unilag, which is just a few kilometers down the road in Akoka, that girl will write WAEC, she will write NECO, she will write Jamb, she will write Post-UME. Question: why is it that that girl needs to write 3 exams to go to a university in Lagos that is poorly ranked compared to a university that is in top 20 in the world?
You get the point. Now, what do you think that is actually going on? Is it that the grade that these people we were told the glitch affected scored was far, far more better than those that the glitch did not affect? In fact, that if they release it, they will see that these people scored more better grade than the others. Or is there anything that they are not telling us? In fact, do you also think that they will still allow further investigation in that portal to know what has been happening since ages? Because I remember the video Aisha Yusuf did, and it was telling them to stop targeting the people of the Southeast and all that. In fact, let me allow you to share your own thought with me on the comment section. And of course, you know the vibe now. Click on that subscribe button, follow, and share for more updates. Because like this, hey, we move.